My wife announced, "I'm getting my tubes untied. My ex wants kids now." I never imagined that the soft glow of Paris at dusk could feel so cold. From the balcony of our apartment in Montmartre, I watched the city stretch below, lights flickering like distant promises. Inside, the air felt heavier than the autumn clouds rolling in from the Seine. That evening, my wife said something that cracked the quiet world we had built together. She stood by the window, her reflection overlapping the city lights, and told me she was going to have her tubes untied. She said her ex wanted children now. I didn't answer. I couldn't. My mind couldn't hold the words in one place long enough to believe them. For a moment, the sound of the street musicians below, an accordion, a soft hum of laughter, all faded into silence. I walked to the kitchen, poured a glass of wine, and stared at the label without seeing it. We had always said we didn't want children, that our life was art, travel, simplicity. The cafes by the river, the long walks through Saint-Germain, the shared glances that needed no words. But suddenly, I realized those were my dreams. Hers had changed long before I noticed. That night, I sat alone at the small round table where we used to eat croissants in the morning. Her chair was still slightly pulled out, her scarf still draped over it. The details felt like ghosts, ordinary things made unbearable by what they used to mean. Days passed, though I barely remember them. She packed quietly, methodically, as if leaving was just another errand. No anger, no tears. Only the rhythm of zippers and the faint smell of her perfume lingering on the sheets. Paris, in its strange mercy, carried on without noticing. Lovers still kissed by the fountains, artists still painted under the bridges. I began walking every night after she left. Past the cafes we loved, past the bridge where we once promised never to lie to each other. The city no longer felt romantic, it felt ancient, indifferent. I started sketching again, filling pages with her outline, her shadow, her absence. I thought maybe if I drew enough, I could erase her from the memory of my hands. One morning, while the sky turned pale gold, I sat by the river and finally understood something cruel but freeing. Love doesn't end like a storm. It dissolves slowly, like mist over the water, and by the time you notice it's gone, you're already breathing new air. I finished my coffee, folded my sketchbook, and stood up. The bells of Notre Dame echoed faintly across the city. Paris hadn't changed, but I had. And somewhere in that quiet transformation, I found a strange peace, not in what was lost, but in what could still begin. That was the morning I walked home alone and didn't look back.